In this video, I want to present the 4 most expensive animals to hunt in my experience. Now, I'm only going to cover animals in North America in this particular video because obviously hunting an elephant or a lion, that's going to be a lot more expensive, right? So we're just going to go over animals that most North Americans are able to hunt. Now, before we get into this video, I highly implore you and beg you to please hit the like button and subscribe. It's a lot more edifying to learn how to become a better hunter than to just watch some random twerking video or something, where it's just wasting your time. These videos here, these actually help and improve your life. If it saves you like days or weeks of failed hunts and the information we're providing here, that's really worth your while, right? Because a lot of the information we provide in our YouTube channel, it's taken us years to acquire that information, and we're giving it away for free. Let's rank some animals.
Into the dark, through the terror of the art, through the quiet of the woods, the beating of my heart, through the cold long years, the pain and the tears, through the power of disguise, element of surprise, to the patient skill, the power of the will, to the sorrow of the death, the glory of the kill, at the rise of the sun, the arrow to the gun, the father to the son, we were born to hunt.
In ranking these animals, I considered 3 things: the opportunity cost, extra gear that you might need, and also the amount of meat you acquire when you actually go out there and you have success. The first category on our list is elk. Now, don't get me wrong, when you harvest an elk, you get hundreds of pounds of meat. The problem is it can take years of failed hunts before you successfully harvest an elk. Trust me, it is very hard to do. I've spent probably more time trying to harvest an elk than I have any other type of game species. Due to their size and often remote locations, if you happen to shoot one, you might need a quad or a bunch of friends with expensive hiking gear in order to bring it back to your vehicle. But in most cases, you don't harvest anything. You just go home empty-handed. The next most expensive species on our list is black bears. Now, there are 2 forms of hunting black bears: spot and stalk and bear baiting. Both of these can be quite expensive since actually finding a bear spot and stalking is difficult, and there's a high opportunity cost, just like elk hunting, associated with it. Now, if you are using a bait barrel, you are more likely to have a shooting opportunity, but you have the cost of the bait site, the tree stand, bait barrels, all the food you put in it, and all the gas money you spend on having to check the bait barrels and refill them, and any trail cameras you might set up to check to see what kind of bears happen to be in the area. You also have the cost of having to deal with the hide, and most people hire a taxidermist to make a rug or mount of some sort. The third most expensive animal to hunt on this list, and it's more of a category than a particular animal, but it's upland game bird hunting. Now, there are exceptions, such as if you're just going down a gravel road and you see some grouse, you hop out and you shoot it and you can continue on your merry way. However, let's say that you want to be a hardcore upland game bird hunter and you go out there, you buy your dog, all right? You get an expensive dog, you pay to have it trained, or you take all the time to train it yourself. You put on an expensive GPS collar around it. You go out there, you get your pheasant vest. You also want to get into turkey hunting as well, right? So you go out there, you buy a blind, you get all nice camo, you get your calls, you buy a lease for where you happen to be hunting, right? This can rack up really quickly. And it's okay, yes, you have a higher chance of success because there's lots of birds flying around, and your chances of actually coming home with like a pheasant or a turkey is better than your chances of getting an elk. However, you come back home with quite a little bit of meat in return for all the gas and all the time and effort you put into the actual hunt. So that is why upland game bird hunting is 3rd on our list. Now, before we get into our 4th and most expensive game species in North America to hunt, I'd ask you to please like and to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've already had really great growth. We have 1,000 subscribers in our first 2 months. That's unheard of. Usually it takes a YouTube channel over a year to get more than 1,000 subscribers. So I'd ask you, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and our content is only going to continue to get better from this point here. We invested a lot of money this fall into filming so many hunts for you, and I can't wait to share throughout the entire summer. And just like our 3rd, our 4th species is more of a category, and that is waterfowl. Waterfowl hunting is one of the most expensive forms of hunting in North America, hands down. Now, let me explain to you why. Obviously, there's exceptions. If you want, all you can do is go and buy a shotgun, and you can go on a warm day, and you can go walk through a marsh in your like a swimsuit if you wanted to. However, most people don't do that. Most people love waterfowl hunting, and they get fully invested into it. They'll go out there, they'll buy the nicest shotgun they can. They'll go out and buy very expensive ammo. They're going to go out there and they're going to get really nice waders and calls and all sorts of camo to keep them warm during the hunting season. They're going to go out there and they're going to buy expensive decoys. And they're also going to probably invest in some sort of boat or kayak, something to help them get to remote locations. Then they buy a dog to help retrieve all the birds for them. And they pay for the dog to have training, so that way they can have the best experience possible. Now, it gets worse from there. I personally field hunt waterfowl. So I go out and I buy a cargo trailer, as do many others. And I decide I'm going to go after snow geese. And in order to hunt snow geese, you really need like close to 1,000 decoys to have consistent success. So here I am. I'm buying 1,000 decoys for snow geese hunting. I also want to hunt Canada geese, so I'm getting full body Canada geese. I'm throwing it in this cargo trailer. I want to hunt ducks, so I'm getting duck decoys for my field as well. And the price just continues to rise for how much I get in return for the meat. Now, I've had some amazing hunts. I've had some hunts where we've limited out on snow geese in Alberta, which is very difficult, okay? In some places, the limit on snow geese is 4 snow geese per day, like in British Columbia. In Alberta, you were allowed to shoot 50 snow geese per day. And I did it this fall. We limited out. 3 guys, we shot 150 snow geese. And it took us about 4 hours to butcher all the meat. But in order for me to be able to experience a hunt like that, I had to invest thousands and thousands of dollars into decoys, into my cargo trailer, into my e-collar, into my white camo that I was wearing that day. And the price continues to go up, right? So that is my 4 most expensive animals to hunt in North America. If you want to hunt more economically, well, perhaps that'd be a great another video. So if you would like me to have a video on how you can save money and what game species you should be hunting if you're on a budget, feel free to comment below and just say, show us the cheap animals, and I will make sure to post a video, maybe even next week, of the most affordable animals to hunt here in North America. All right, my name is Benoit Boudreau. I am the host and creator of School of the Hunt. Our mission is to teach the world how to hunt, and I'm going to help inspire everyone I can to get out there and to hunt, because we're losing hunters every single year, and it's my commitment to stop that. All right, take care and God bless.